All right, so we're going to do the download boxes, but before we do that, I noticed that I have the section tabs, right? And the panels are in this section. If I scroll down, you'll see I have section panels, and I don't like to put a section within a section. So this ends, if we go down here, you'll see both of the ending sections. So this one, I'm going to change that to a div, and that should automatically change it up here as well. So if we look at panels now, yeah, so now it's a div. So not a big deal. It's not going to change anything. It's not going to change how anything looks, but I don't like to have a section within a section. Okay, so now let's come back. Let's go back down to the bottom here, and we're going to create the, let's say, download heading, which is just going to be this right here. And then under that, we'll do the boxes. So I'm going to make this a section and give it an ID of download because that's where we want the menu to go. And then in here, let's do a container with MX Auto, push it to the middle, and PX6. And then we'll have an H2. Let's do some margin bottom 6, and then the text, we'll do 3XL for the size. Font will be semi-bold. And let's align the text to the center. And on medium screens, we'll make the text a little bigger, 4XL. And we're just going to say download the extension. All right, so if we check that out, there's quite a bit of space. Well, I guess that's good because of this right here. Yeah, so that's fine. I mean, if you want to on smaller screens move it up a little, you can. So underneath that, we're going to have a paragraph, and let's do a max width of large. Excuse me. Max width of LG, and then MX Auto and text center, and then the color will be text grayish blue. Okay, and I'm going to grab that paragraph real quick, paste it in. And there we go. So the next thing is the boxes, which we're going to go down here. Let's say download boxes. Use a section here, and let's say ID of download dash boxes. And I'm going to add a class of PY-32 on this. All right, and then we'll have our boxes container, which is going to be positioned relative, and it's going to be a flex box. It's going to be a flex column to begin with because we want them to stack. Items, so align items, going to be center, and let's do a max. We'll do a max width of 5XL on that. And MX Auto, let's do space Y 10, and we'll do padding on the X10. And then medium screens, we'll do PX-6. And on medium screens, we're going to remove that space Y, and we're going to add space-X-7. And let's also, on medium screens, make it a flex row. All right, so that's the boxes container. Then we're going to have box 1, which is going to be the Chrome download for Chrome box. So let's say flex and make it a flex call. And let's add a width of full, padding Y6, space Y4, text center. And let's make the corners rounded. We'll use LG, and we'll also add a little bit of a shadow, LG. And then I'm just going to add on medium screens, we want the width to be 1/3 because there's 3 boxes. All right, so we're going to have an image. This image is going to have a class of flex and justify center around it. And the image itself, let's say images slash, and it's called logo Chrome SVG. So let's just save that for now. Okay, so there's our box. And then underneath the image div, we're going to have an H5, and let's do, actually I'm just going to put here text. So H5, and we'll do PT6 and text XL for the size and font bold. And then that's going to say add to Chrome. All right, so then under that we'll have a paragraph, and we're just going to make the text, let's say gray 400, and that's just going to have the minimum version. So we'll say minimum version will be 62. Okay, so now we're going to have these dots right here, and we have an image of just one dot, so we're going to repeat it on the x-axis, and it's going to wrap around this button or wrap around this link. Now, originally what I was going to do, let's just say dots, is just have our div and then put a style with a background image, but I think instead I'm going to do what we did with the Flyo project, where we had the class for the image for the background. I think that's a better way to do it. So that's what I would suggest. So if we come in here, we can say background image, and we can set that to a function that returns an object like this, and then we can put a name of a class, which I'm just going to call dots, and when we use the class name it'll actually be bg-dots, but here we just say dots, and then the URL that we want to use, which is going to be /images/ and I think it's called bg-dots.svg. Let me just double check that. Yeah, right here, bg dots. Okay, so if we do that, I guess if we have no hyphen, then we don't need quotes around this. But if we do that, then we should be able to just add class, and we should be able to do bg-dots. Okay, now I'm going to just add a couple other classes in here. So we also want bg-repeat on the x-axis. I actually don't think I've ever used that repeat class. So we're going to do that, and then also px-6, and let's do pt, so padding top 6, and also capitalize. And then, so if I just save that, let's see. Yep, so now we have the dots. And then we can put the button or put the link inside here, which I think I'm just going to paste in because it's a lot of classes. So just block with full. I mean, this is, I probably could start, I could have started copying and pasting a while ago, because it's all classes that you guys know, and I know it's tedious, like watching me type it all out. Hopefully you're following along, but I might do some more copying and pasting. So yeah, we just have our blue button now, and that's box 1. Now we're going to do box 2, so directly under box 1, right here, let's say box 2, and this is going to just have a wrapper of a class with w-full, and then this is where we want to add our medium class of width 1/3. I don't think that's going to work. No, I don't know why I keep trying. So let's just do width full, and then we'll add in here medium screens width -1/3. Okay, now I'm going to grab everything that's in box 1. So this div, which ends right here, we're going to grab, whoops, I don't want the container. Box 1 ends here. So we want to grab that and put that inside this div. All right, and then we're just going to offset it a little bit. So on medium screens, I'm going to say margin top 8. And then let's just change some of the stuff here. Like this is going to be Firefox. We're going to change this to Firefox. And then for the version, we're going to just change 62 to 55. Save that, and okay, so that's on small screens. Whoa, that's not right. Hold on. So let's see. We have this wrapper class has width full, medium 1/3. Because we don't want medium 1/3 on this as well. So get rid of that. All right, so now we have this as box 2, and we have it pushed down a little bit. So now what we can do is copy all of box 2, including this wrapper div, which ends here. Okay, and then we'll go directly under it, and this will be box 3, and we're just going to change the margin top 8, change it to 16 because we need to push it down a little more, and then of course just change the, what is this going to be, Opera. And for the version, we'll say 46. All right, save that. And there we go. So now that's pushed down even more. So I think that looks pretty good. So what's next? After that, we have the frequently asked questions, which is really cool. We have these little collapsible tabs, and we can do this just using Tailwind, not even adding any JavaScript, because we're going to be using the focus state. All right, so we'll get into that next.